FactPilers, it is the admin. It's been a while since I had a video. As you know, one of my friends was in a serious car accident. Had some other stuff going on, so that's why not a lot of videos been happening, but that's going to be, we'll be getting back on track to where we were before. But the reason why this video is, I want everyone to see this, is because I've been doing a lot of thought lately about maybe possibly combining FactPile and FactPile Topia together. Basically, the only thing that would change is instead of going to FactPileTopia.com to go on the forum, you would go to FactPile. The link would literally say FactPile.com/forum. Everything would be there that's been there before. You know, I'm kind of torn with this personally, because the nice thing right now is FactPile is on one server, FactPileTopia is on another server. So if something goes wrong with one of them, usually since they're separate, the other one is up. So even though you're missing out on one experience, you can still take advantage of the other site. I know that's not everybody's cup of tea, but you know, at least there's something to do should that happen. So, but the flip side of that is, if we merge the forum into FactPile, if we merge FactPile and the forum together, what that means is, from a traffic perspective, advertisers will see a bunch more traffic, because FactPileTopia, believe it or not, actually averages more page views per person than FactPile. FactPile gets about 4 or 5 page views for every person. FactPileTopia is around 18 or 19 pages every time one of you guys show up. So if you do the math, and typically FactPileTopia only gets about a third people to the site that FactPile does. But if we combine it all together, all of a sudden the numbers look way more impressive. And the reason why that's important is because, you know, guys, the hosting for this stuff is getting more expensive. And, you know, you guys know this is a hobby for me, but I want to keep it around. You know, economy or numbers or whatnot, things just aren't coming through as they have been in the past for the money for the hosting. Now, you know, that's definitely something I want to avoid at all costs. I don't want to have anyone have to pay for anything that they don't want to. If I can't afford to pay for it, you know, the site's going down. So that's the reason why, if I'm thinking about merging these two, then when I go show advertisers, I can say, look, you know, there's X amount of traffic, X amount of page views, because that's where the money's at. Advertisers want to know, if I give you $1,000, how many eyeballs are going to see my ad? And by the combination of the two sites, it would be much greater than what it is now. That's kind of the little ramble about that. Another thing I was thinking about was kind of turning the reins over more for all of you. Basically what that means is, I've had a lot of emails, people asking to post matches, and I really don't have a problem with that as long as certain styles are, you know, followed. I actually have a template that you can literally drag and drop your images into the fight, as long as you have a, you know, image manipulation software, Photoshop, Fireworks. I'm sure there's other ones that are out there as well. As long as they can read a PNG file and you upload a certain font that I use for the FactPile matches, you guys can make them. And because you've seen other people already on the site that make them, and I think they do very well. Obviously, there'd have to be some policing. We don't want to have, for example, one day 7 matches come out and the next day have nothing. If we have you guys uploading the matches, and then there'd be ways I could put in place so that maybe there's kind of a level of authorship where certain people can edit other stuff, other people can just post stuff. As you guys have known, FactPile has always been an experimental site for me. It's always been a place where I test things, try things. You know, we've seen a lot of things come and go on the site that have worked, some that haven't, and that is kind of the nature of the beast of the site. There's something that one person in particular did that kind of felt like a betrayal. Unfortunately, what they're doing, they're kind of taking some of FactPile's ideas and giving them to a bigger site, meaning a bigger traffic site, and that really sucks, but what are you going to do? You know, it is what it is. But that person, they used to post a lot of matches, and I don't let them post anymore because of that. It really sucks, but what are you going to do? So there would also be a level of policing involved, meaning if you know someone's going to post something, you know, don't be a dick and go somewhere else and post it there. We would also have to have some checks and balances in place because there has to be we have to make sure we don't repost the same match. Or I always try to use new images for the battles. I know that's hard to do sometimes just because some topics are more popular than others, so they're easier to find. Other ones aren't. So that's kind of my thinking right now. I'm probably going to do this fairly quickly either way because I think if I can make it more where you guys are driving the site and kind of like doing things of that nature, as you guys are generating and creating all this stuff, I can spend the time on getting people to the site to say, hey guys, you need to have your products here, you need to advertise here, so that in turn pay for the hosting. And ultimately, I would like to have it where all the mods who work over FactPile Topia, I'd like to give them something because those guys have done so much work, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate that because I know I don't have the bandwidth to handle all that. I want your opinion on the potential merging of the sites, the kind of giving authorship more to creating more matches where more people can create them. And another idea I've been kicking around is to kind of, for me to be more hands off, more back behind the scenes, just kind of like trying to sell the site, so to speak, try to get more people to advertise stuff, do more giveaways, things of that nature, just so that the site just can grow more and eventually, give some back to the people who are doing a lot of stuff for the site. So that's it. Also, there is, Ahmed is coming back. I know a lot of you people don't like him. Whatever. I think he's hilarious. I've showed it to other people. They love it. It's a piece of original content. And I don't know if you noticed, but that is what sets websites apart. Why do people like red versus blue? Why do people like the annoying orange? Why do people like, iJustine? People like it because when they go there, they're getting a certain experience that they can't get anywhere else. And even if FactPile is already like that, again, I mentioned it before, the video aspect is that important. And the video aspect is only going to get bigger and more important. And I'm going to make sure that FactPile is there because that, again, video crosses all medium. People watch on their tablet, they watch it on their iPhone, their smartphone, laptop, desktop, whatever. People are watching all this stuff everywhere, so got to make sure the FactPile is there. So I'm looking forward to your comments. I'll let it run for like probably 2 weeks or so, give everyone a chance to see it, and then we'll kind of take things from there. All right, later.